What's up, y'all, and welcome to the Aging Potheads. I am your boy, Big Brother Boss, aka the Funky Monk, and with me, as always, is the most beautiful Candy with an X. What's going on?
Hey, not much. You
Right
know.
on, right on. And y'all, like we always say, it is that time. We got Tony on the boards. Don't want to forget that, y'all. Welcome to the show. Go ahead and share this out with all your friends. Grab your blunt. Let us know what you're smoking and where you are watching from. And let's go ahead and go on. But as we do every day or every show, is with the blaze, y'all.
The blade.
Man, that got me a little. Wow, that got me. Okay, Miss Candy, what are you smoking
I am smoking. Hold on, I had to remember it.
tonight?
It is Blackberry Kush, and I've never tried it before. So
Okay,
it's a
Blackberry
hybrid.
Kush. That's
Yeah,
an indica.
yep, it's an indica. I prefer indicas. Kind of,
Hmm.
I use indica for different things. I use different strains for different
Uh-huh.
things.
Okay.
So I tend to lean towards more indica hybrids.
Hmm.
But I like sativas too.
Okay.
It's a strain that helps you deal with anxiety.
Uh-huh.
That I read when I was looking up the Carfax
Uh-huh.
on it. Um,
Yeah.
it comes from an Afghani parent plant, and it almost
Yes.
has like a sweet flavor to
Hmm.
it.
Hmm.
Um, so I'm giving it about for a 4.5 out of 5. It's
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I guess it does kind of have me more relaxed, which I guess
Uh-huh.
is what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm enjoying it. I'm sorry, guys. I
Mhm.
have to adjust my hair here. It's like that one braid that keeps pulling, and I got to hold on to these edges. So,
Okay. Blackberry
but
Kush. Yeah. Blackberry Kush. Let's see what I know about Blackberry Kush.
oh,
Uh,
Tony said I said 4 out of 5. So yeah, I thought I put
see,
5, but he's
yo
wrong.
pothead ass.
Right.
All right, yeah, but Blackberry Kush, yeah, it does have that Afghani in it. It is a it's a strong indica. Um, Helps with sleep and pain. A couple of other things. I personally believe is good for all smokers, all levels.
Hmm.
And Blackberry Kush is normally available at um, most dispensaries, any tier. Normally, it's on the mid tier. Um, but yeah, I've
Yeah,
smoked it before. Not one of my not one of my preferences. I just I'm not an indica guy, even though I believe indica is what I'm smoking this week. I actually have excuse me. I actually think I know I have. This is some Skywalker OG.
okay.
And I picked this up from a friend. Couldn't get it lit. Reason being, y'all, I'm sorry. It's 115 degrees outside. The AC is doing its AC in. I'm just trying to get some air out here so the fan keeps, blowing out my blunt. So I actually had the Skywalker OG Indica. This thing knocks out pain. I love what it does with the pain relief. Also, it helps me go to sleep. Like right now, I'll smoke this. I won't get tired during the show. I'll get high during the show. But after I start winding down after the show, I'm gonna go out. And this is Skywalker OG. I gave it 4.5 stars. I always knock off that half star because it's an indica. Uh, Sometimes I don't feel the body effects of it. I normally just feel the head effects of it. But yeah, Skywalker OG definitely for most. I'm sorry, 5 blunts. I gave it 5 blunts. I gave it 4.5 blunts, 4.5 blunts. But yeah, it's nice. It hits a little quick, and then it eases you into the high. The body comes in, perfect for all smokers. Good for pain and anxiety. So most definitely, y'all. Tony put the link to the Leafly on there. Leafly is where I get a lot of my information, as well as just if there's a strain I want to try, I smoke it. So if you guys got any strains out there you want me to try, and I can find it, I'll smoke it and review it. I really wish TikTok would change their rules, because we can do a lot of motherfucking nice ass reviews. But in the future, y'all, I'm gonna be working with Tony to set up some shorts so I can do so we can do reviews. And it'll just be on YouTube, since YouTube likes us a little more, and we, a little more open. On to the strain of the week, y'all. The strain of the week is one of my favorite cereals, but it's Fruity Pebbles. Fruity Pebbles OG. It is a hybrid, well balanced. I normally get this in a concentrate. Concentrate is real good, although the flour is pretty good too. You'll normally catch it on the lower tiers. If you go to a dispensary that has tiers, you'll normally catch this on the lower tiers. But it's one of those hidden surprises, because if you get a nice one with a nice I'm saying a lot. I apologize. When you get one with a nice percentage, and when I say nice percentage, I'm saying 18 to 24. Anything 24 and up is going to be good for you. But if you grab this between 18 and 24, the Fruity Pebbles is gonna get you. It's called Fruity Pebbles OG, or sometimes some people call it FPOG. It's in most dispensaries. It is a good flavor. Definitely get out and try it, y'all. Love it, love it, love it. Now, let's get on to what everybody has been talking about. Oh no, let me roll that back, because I'm gonna say that for a little later. Recently, y'all, former President Trump was on Truth Social, and he doxed. And when I say doxed, that means he put out information about Obama's Washington home on Truth Social. Within hours, a man was arrested a few blocks from the Obama address. He had a van and a cache full of weapons, and he was arrested. This guy was a fugitive from January 6th, so they've been looking for him, and they finally found him. But he was outside Obama's house, or I should say, a few blocks away, with weapons, include weapons and bomb making materials. I don't think they stressed that enough for me. Is that he had weapons and bomb making materials, and he had been in the DC area for a little bit. They were looking for him. So why is he at protests outside the jail, and he's a fucking fugitive? Y'all is giving me like y'all don't give a fuck vibes. You know what I mean? What he did is wrong. I hope he does get held accountable.
No, like, was he really gonna bomb the former president of the United States house? Like,
bomb making materials. So they don't know what he might have done or what he was planning, but he also went live and said and reposted the address again. Now, what pisses me off about this is that you have some of the MAGA conservatives, and I'm gonna start. I know I talk a lot about conservatives on the show, but I'm talking about MAGA conservatives at this point, and those are folks who are really following Donald Trump, because a lot of conservatives are starting to separate themselves from what they call MAGA conservatives. or they have a word for them. I just can't remember what they called them. But they're saying, oh, that's not what we're about. You know, he put up the address, but we didn't expect no one to go to his house. And I'm like, yeah. A former president posted the address of another former president in a public forum, and then you expected people to act correct after you spit all this vitriol that's been going on for years. It's the vibe it's giving me, y'all. It's getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous. We have a man who's up on charges, is about to be indicted, who is pushing lies. And not only is he pushing lies, the people who follow him get fact-checked all the time. And they know the truth. They got substantiated truth, yet still believe the lies that are being told to them. And to me, it's like you would think you would be stupid if you didn't think that this action of putting President Obama's address out was not going to get that response. And the question is to me, y'all, and let us know, did Trump indirectly attack Obama and put him in danger? And should there be charges? Now, on the charges part, I don't think there's going to be any charges because Trump and his people will say he didn't tell anybody to go to Obama's house. He just put out the address, which to me is wrong in itself. Now, part of the debate too I'm seeing online is there are people who are Obama supporters who are coming out and saying and threatening violence. Now, don't get me wrong, y'all. I am not one to condone violence in any way. But if violence is given, then violence must be given back. And like I said, I'm not for violence, but you have to understand that certain people feel about Obama the same way they feel about Trump. So if something happens to Obama or his family because some MAGA conservative had it in their head that they needed to do this for the love of Donald Trump, then to me, you know what happens after that. Come in, Tony. What you saying, man?
You brought up something, so I thought I'd step in and say something about this.
Sure.
You said that there's a lot of people who don't like Obama as much as they don't like Trump. This is true. I'm one of them. Here's my thing. I have a personal thing against Obama because of the whole thing that happened over there where my friend was a soldier and they made a movie out of it. We're not going to get into details about it, but that's why I have personally against Obama. Trump should face charges because he faced charges for January 6th. He didn't tell nobody to go there and do what they did. He said, go there, yeah. But regardless, this is common sense, people. You're a leader of MAGA. What made you think you putting the address there was not going to incite them? You indirectly did incite them. And I'll be honest, like I said before, I'm a little bit more of a Trump fan than I am Obama, but realistically, you know me. I'm an independent. I don't like either.
Yeah.
Irregardless, in my opinion, Trump fucked up. He should face charges. He indirectly gave an order. You know, that's like, let's just say mafia, if there was such a thing. When the Godfather gives address out, he doesn't need to say, hey, go attack. The person already knows what to do. So Trump should face charges too.
Yeah, they call it stochastic terrorism. And I think that's the right word, Tony. You might want to cross-check it, but I think it's called stochastic terrorism. And that's where everything is done with like a wink and a nod. You know what I mean? It's like when somebody says, hey, here's his address. I'm not saying you should go there, but here's his address. Okay. And if a regular citizen had done that, which is what this guy did, because after Trump posted that on Truth Social, this guy, I don't know what the thing is, but and for lack of a better phrase, he retweeted this along with saying time for action. That to me is a threat. And Donald Trump, as always, uses a loophole such as I didn't tell him to do it, and I said this might be his address. Come on, sir. Come on. You knew that's where he was staying after he left the White House, because just in case you might need to go visit him on some other shit. But let us know what you think about this. Also, let us know. I'm glad the guy he's actually being held with without bail. They're not going to let him go free. Thank you for that. Thank you for that definition. That's why it is stochastic. Thank you. But yeah, us regular citizens would get a terrorism charge for this. So let us know what you think about the situation. And this is not about whether you like Trump or not, whether you like Obama or not. You can always have your dislike of people or ideologies, but to me, you don't get your point across through violence. I don't condone violence, but I see where both sides. I see where I'm not saying both sides. I see where you got some Obama supporters who say violence will be met with violence. I understand when they say that because we've. I keep saying we because I'm trying not to seem biased. But I know, right? It's too many leaders of color have gone down this path where there was one person who believed in a political ideology that was normally spread by a person or people, and then they say, "Oh, we have no control how people are going to act," and you do. And in President Trump's case, it's right on brand for him. So let us know what you think. I'm sorry, Candy, you didn't get nothing in edgewise.
I didn't get a word in edgewise, but it's all right. Yep.
Yeah, you could have jumped in. What do you think about it, though? Seriously, what do you think?
I tried to jump in, but y'all gotta. No, it's okay. I mean, I feel kind of the same way. I feel like there's an implied consent there when you say things like, well, I ain't gonna tell you to go there, but here's the address.
This could be his address.
Yeah, this might be, maybe somebody should go check it out. But, and I feel like he did the same thing with January 6th. So, I feel like he
keeps saying, well, I told them just to go there and protest. But did you?
I mean, to me, a lot of Trump followers aren't that bright. So, I just feel like, they just, some of them just don't, like there's, there's I mean, no one's saying you can't protest, but.
Yeah, I'm all for protesting. I'm all for it. But he said that's all he thought they were going to do. But we have recordings. We have evidence that there are certain political groups who should be considered domestic terrorists that were called in certain, not even dog whistles, certain codes were used to say this is what was going on. Plus, everybody knows there was chatter, and that almost every intelligence agency, even here and abroad, was saying that people were saying wait for January 6th. You know what I mean? So I can talk for hours about that, y'all. I really can. But on to another shit stain. We're gonna get rid of the shit stains first, y'all. Ron DeSantis, or DeSatan, as Candy likes to call him. We're gonna get rid of this political news, y'all. It's ruining Florida's economy. For those who follow on TikTok, and just a side note for TikTok, I can see why they want to ban TikTok, because the way information is being disseminated on TikTok, it is fantastic what we are seeing from TikTok, because we get news from other places, but TikTok gives us the real people who are on the ground there. So, I can see why Congress was trying to talk about banning TikTok because they can't control the information or the narrative. But recently, there have been videos coming out of Florida's tourist areas of empty beaches, empty beachside cafes, things like that, and also a lot of conventions are leaving Florida, which is good for Las Vegas because Orlando and Vegas is already always are sort of like competing for the convention thing because of our weather, our entertainment. However, the DeSantis's immigration policies, his stances on race relations, as well as a few other things, have been causing people to not go to Florida for vacation, and people have been leaving Florida. Hey, Keish, thank you for joining. Let us know what you're smoking tonight. So, what do you think is going on down there, and what do you think is good and the bad about it?
Well, I think you can see just the fallout from a lot of these policies that he's enacting. Most places like Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Miami, they have a lot of immigrant workers. A lot of those workers are down there on the, strip, on the whatever, the beachfront or whatever in Miami, whatever they call it down there. Those are the workers that are working down there. Those are the essential workers. Those are the people that make the town thrive. The economy thrive. The CEO isn't, in there. Everybody, nobody in upper management knows what the fuck is going on in there. They just know about their bottom line. So, and that's all they're worried about. They don't care. How they treat people, how they, these are your core group. These are the people that, these are the people that do the jobs that nobody else wants to fucking do. They're not. It's a lot of your population. It's a lot of your population, and you piss them off. They're not driving none of this. They set up this like blockade where they're not. They're not delivering goods. A lot of truck drivers I've been seeing on TikTok, they aren't delivering goods. They're not. They're losing. They're willing to risk losing money to not deliver to Florida because
it's not the tourism, but it's not only just the tourism, like you said. It's the labor, because there's houses not being worked on. There's people who might be getting an addition to their house.
Fruit not getting picked.
Fruit is rotting.
The food is rotting. Stores. There's people not taking it to these stores. Who do you think does this shit? Like, that's
exactly.
It's ridiculous. These are the people that do this shit. So if you don't want them here, then are y'all gonna do it? Like, are y'all gonna get it? Are y'all gonna get down there and do the shit they don't want to do? Y'all not gonna do that. So I mean, what the fuck is the point? Your economy is falling apart in front of you, and you just.
But it also asks the question: is this really about immigration and the stealing of American jobs, or is it about something else? Because I was born and raised in California. I think you were also too, Candy, right? So we know that the Latino folks make up a large labor force, like you said, that do the jobs we don't do. You know what I mean? They do the jobs we don't do. Right now in Florida,
we don't even like doing a lot of them jobs.
Exactly.
So like we can't really.
Exactly. Right now, these jobs aren't being done. Nobody's getting a kitchen remodeled because ain't nobody working. None of these houses are being built. There's no fruit, vegetables, or other crops being picked. And don't get me wrong, I love my Florida orange juice. But I might have to start finding some California growers. Now, all this not only messes with the Florida economy, but this also messes with other economies, like, because a lot of stuff comes out of Florida. Let's be clear. You know, a lot, especially like orange juices, citrus, and tropical crops come out of Florida.
Big ports, those big port areas. A lot of that's not coming in.
The question that was asked is, should we disown Florida? I personally believe we should not, because there are good people in Florida who do not agree with these policies. And I do feel for them, especially small business owners who are being affected by the tourism slowdown in the tourism, what's going on with the tourism as well as the economy. I feel for you folks, and I don't think we should disown Florida. I just believe that we need to get help down there to those folks who might need help. We need to vote. People, you need to vote. You know, and some of you have voted against your best interests, especially those who are businessmen. Yeah, because we do. Exactly. We do know there was a meeting between the Latino Chamber of Congress, Chamber of Commerce, and the Republican Party in Florida, talking about these laws, and they were telling them, could you tell these immigrants that we really not, this law wouldn't affect them as much as they've been told? They've been misinformed. And somebody said that's an outright lie. You folks fucked around and found out. You know what I mean? Truck drivers aren't taking jobs there. It's almost like a strike in Florida. I hope it ends soon with certain policies, maybe even a recall of the governor. But let us know in the comments, what are your thoughts on Florida's laws and the economy? Should we be said supporting Florida in these matters, or should we hold tight and protest and say, hey, this is not an inclusive place for us to be, so we got to hit them where it hurts, and that's in the economy, and there will be some collateral damage.
I feel like that's how a lot of people learn, you know, like I feel like that's how empires have destroyed other empires or conquered, depending on whose perspective it is.
Yeah, maybe this will rally the people.
Yeah, maybe it will rally the people. Like y'all just can't, because at this point y'all just playing right in the people's face. Like you're playing right in their face.
And it's sad, and I really hate that that's going on. But let us know your thoughts.
People should leave Florida, and they should just saw it off like in that Bugs Bunny. The old Bug, where he just cut off the whole state of Florida.
Exactly.
Going on.
But yeah, it's a sad situation down there. And if you looked at mainstream media, they probably wouldn't even show that shit, you know. But that's what's going on out there, y'all. Although some people don't like TikTok, if you get to the right content on TikTok, you'll see a lot of these things. And these are not conspiracy theories, y'all. These are things that are actually happening. We're getting videos of what's going on, folks. So most definitely we're going to we're gonna move on. I'm sorry, I got a message to move on, but I'm sorry. We're going to see what's going on and keep you updated on what's going on in Florida. Now let's get to what's really going on, what everybody's really talking about. On July 4th and July 4th weekend, there was a whole lot of shit going on. But first, let's start with Ice-T. Ice-T, actor, rapper, singer, artist.
The Tutola.
Detective Tutola from SVU. His wife Coco posted some photos on Twitter for July 4th. Tony just had them up. I like how you did that, Tony. That's kind of cool. I like that. There's a picture, y'all. There's a couple of other pictures. There's also a picture from behind, and people were in her comments talking about.
You can take it down now, Tony.
I know, right?
Yeah, for like 30 seconds.
But yeah, he Now she was getting comments like, "Hey, one day your daughter is going to see this. How are you going to explain this? One day, why are you doing that? What does your husband think?" And Ice-T, who likes to clap back frequently, he came out and said, "You guys are weird. You can unfollow, right? He has no problem with his wife dressed like that. For those who know, he's been married to this woman for ever.
20 years. Yeah.
And her titties are always out. Her ass is always out. She breastfeeds
every time I see her.
Yeah. There was a controversy about her breastfeeding her 5-year-old. People had something to say about that. The clapback for that was classic. Ice-T said, "Yes, my daughter drinks formula, but sometimes she wants it straight. Sometimes she just wants to suck on the titty." And he said, "I do too." And that's that. Y'all stay out of these people business. Because what it is to me is the fact y'all, why are you worried about it? What do you mean if your kid sees that? If your kid see that, then that's on you. That's not on Coco and Ice-T.
I mean, but I'm sure she's with her mother when she Coco and Ice-T used to have a reality show of y'all little, y'all dating yourself like me. And she's always had that aesthetic. She's always had that pinup girl, Jessica Rabbit aesthetic. Big boobs, big, like little small waist. She's always looked like that. So he married her like that. So I don't understand why these 20-year-olds are coming out and talking about, why are you letting your wife wear that? Because he fucking wants her to wear it. Like, he pays shit probably.
Or even if he didn't ask her to wear it, he enjoying it. So don't sit up there and ask, what does her husband think?
I think she was like some model or stripper or something. Like she had a little, before they got together. So they've been. She's unproblematic. I never hear anything about her.
Exactly. We only hear things. We only hear things when they do that shit. You know what I mean? We're talking about dumb shit. And Ice-T didn't get on there talking about, "Oh, my wife shouldn't have wore that because she's a wife and a mother." He didn't get up on there. He said fuck it. He doubled down and retweeted that shit. Talking about how his wife looked. And talking about how y'all weird. Y'all follow her.
Weird.
And speaking of which, Ice-T loves this shit. But you know who didn't like something? Darius.
Oh, Lord.
Darius didn't like it. Now, Darius is Keke Palmer's baby daddy. And during July 4th weekend, Keke Palmer went to the Usher concert. And Usher serenaded her. She was smiling. She was totally fangirling and all the shits. And her child's father got on and said that that's embarrassing and disrespectful, and she shouldn't have done it because she is a mother. And it sparked the age-old debate about respectability politics and shit like that. And he got definitely the opposite reaction of what he was supposed to. He got dragged in social media.
Yes,
he got dragged. But he also had a lot of supporters. A lot of folks said that was something he shouldn't have said in public. He shouldn't have said it in private either, because you can't control someone's body. And like you said about Coco, Candy, Keke Palmer is problematic. Her career goes over 2 decades. You know what I mean? And so the question is, did it need to be public? No. Did it need to be private? Didn't need to be private either, because how somebody dresses or acts does not mean they're a bad mother, not a bad wife, a bad girlfriend, however you want to put it. But of course, the pick-me's and the incels were out, and they were eating this shit up. Talking about he was cyberbullied, and he didn't, but to me, dude, if if that's what you believe, stand 10 toes down on that shit. Stand 10 toes down on that shit. Do y'all think Keke Palmer was wrong? Do y'all think her baby daddy was wrong? I believe he was wrong. Keke Palmer didn't do nothing but enjoy the Usher concert. Those who have
Keke Palmer, like you're not, like now. I don't believe in policing a woman's body, and she's dressed like that for you before. You put pictures up on your Instagram with her dressed like that before. I feel like the problem is that really she was dancing on Usher. I feel like that's what it was. And he was probably home with the baby, just watching Usher gyrate on his baby mama, like, because that's what she is, you're single, you're married. And I think maybe if he was maybe if they were married, maybe he could have an opinion about, well, babe, I really don't want you to wear it. I mean, it would bother me if you wore that, she might have listened. Some people are like that.
But to come out publicly and try to shame her is a whole different ballgame.
Shame her like that and embarrass her in front of people, like, boy, you on the way out, like, you have absolutely zero say so. You have say so over this child that we made together.
And Usher ain't worried about this because those who have been to the Usher show here in Las Vegas knows that's what he does, and he does do it to celebrities more often when celebrities are in the crowd, but he normally does it to just regular folks in the crowd. This past weekend, he did it to Saweetie and her boyfriend YG. I don't know why people want to bother him. Leave him be. He wasn't worried about his girl.
Yeah.
He knew that might happen because
he does, and then there was he doing, just being, trying to go, in the back and it was optics. She's an actress. She has a career.
Yes. She has spun this into now a t-shirt line. The eyewear company Zenni launched their Keke Palmer. They launched their Keke Palmer campaign early. It was supposed to be a fall thing, but they were like, "Nah, she in the news. Let's write it now." Yeah, let us know your thoughts on this, y'all. Let us know your thoughts on this. Let us know if you believe she was right or wrong. Let us know about the aftermath. And to Darius, man, you want to come on the show? Let us know. You too, Keke. You can come too. But if you say something,
come on, Keke. I'm on your side.
Exactly. If you say something, stay 10 toes down on it. Because all this led me to believe, with my Gen X thoughts, y'all. I got some Gen X thoughts about this.
One second. Before you get into that, fuck Darius. Keke, you're welcome. I don't give a shit about Darius.
Exactly.
I mean, we got to jazz it up.
Yeah, exactly. Now, this is the thing that it led me to believe, because I believe this is more than just about a woman's body autonomy, especially in 2023. He shouldn't have had his ass up on Twitter talking shit. But let's talk about the people who's to one side versus the other. I believe that there's a social construct on how roles are supposed to happen. If you're a mother, if you're a father, if you have a certain role, you should act a certain way based on the social construct that I don't know who created, but it happens, and this is what goes on. Versus the freedom of our expression. Keke, what she was wearing to that show was pretty tame for the stuff that you see going to Usher concerts. You know what I mean? And like Candy mentioned earlier, her boyfriend is taking pictures of her in what some might consider was worse than what was going on at the Usher show. There's a whole video of her pregnant in her panties and bra, dancing around, dropping it low, and everybody was like, "Go, girl, this, and that." So we had that respectability. It's the freedom of expression, but it's always freedom of expression until there's a limit reached. You know, somebody might say, yeah, it's cool, but she didn't have to do this. She's a mother. So by what standards is that a mother? Was her child being neglected? You know, same with a father who likes to maybe go out to strip clubs. Is that affecting the child? You know what I mean? Did he or she leave their child at home and she was at the Usher concert, or she was whatever the fuck she was at, butthole ass naked, and her kid was at home starving and sleep? Come on now, y'all. Well, how is a mother is supposed to act? How is a father supposed to act? Do you believe that these roles should have expectations beyond just guiding and teaching their children? Because what I see is when somebody says, hey, what will your children think in the future? That's a discussion, because now you're teaching you're teaching your kids to love the skin they are in. So when it comes to freedom of expression, if it doesn't bother you, do what Gen Xers do, mind your own fucking business, and break the social construct that is puritanical. And you know, a lot of it is part of the patriarchy. You know what I mean? A lot of it is part of the whole Christian values thing that, you know, has embedded itself in our society. So what do y'all think? Do y'all believe that, say for example, when somebody becomes a mother, a father, a husband, or wife, that they should act a certain way based on the social construct and what society feels they should act like? In my opinion, I believe that's something that should be discussed. Like Candy said in the Keke Palmer issue, you know, if they were married or even had a better relationship, he could have said, hey, I don't feel comfortable with you wearing that.
And she probably would have listened, you know, like, or, you know, I feel like there are certain things, you know, within reason that, you know, are supposed to change when you become a parent. Like, you can't just leave your kids. I mean, things are, but, you know, a lot of people think that women are stop being women because they're mothers now. Like, I mean, that's when she became a mother, you know, like somebody liked it. So I think that, you know, there are some things that you can, and that's whatever's up to you, you know, like you have autonomy on your own self. So if you feel like you might be doing too much, or, well, maybe I should listen to this, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might be doing, you know, like there's things that,
and how is it really affecting your child? I believe that it's all based on your experience. You know what I mean? Because even I went through it when I became a father. Oh, you can't be running these streets. You can't be doing this.
Yeah.
No, my daughter's taken care of, and I'm going to be knee deep in some pussy, and she's not going to be there. She's at home being taken care of, not neglecting her.
Yeah, and it's okay for women to be like that too. I'm
exactly.
My daughter,
exactly.
You know,
what's good for the goose is good for the gander. But it's really put on women, because women are supposed to be, like you said, submissive. They're supposed to be this and that, while men get to run the streets. Don't get me wrong. There is male privilege. I'm not going to even deny that. There is male privilege. And a man doing the same thing, like if there was a video of a married man or a man with children at the strip club or at a strip club, and they caught the video, everybody, it wouldn't even be news. It'd just be, okay, that's what he did. But everybody's in an uproar over Keke Palmer. She's not even fucking problematic. She just works and does her thing. Now look at her. She getting her bag.
It supports her family. You know, like,
to support her family.
Fucking up your bag. That's what you do.
Yeah. So Darius is fucking with the church's money.
Pretty
sure he's about to be excommunicated.
Yeah. Like,
exactly. But y'all, let us know about how you express yourself and your body autonomy and just your thoughts and things like that, versus what society, the social construct, says about the roles you play in society. Let us know. And in the comments. And we're gonna respect your opinion no matter what. We can agree to disagree, and that's what discussion is about. Speaking of agree to disagree, a lot of folks. There's a video of Jamie Foxx who had suffered a stroke a couple of months ago. There's pictures of him on a yacht doing yachty shit, doing shit that people do on yachts. And so that led some folks to believe, was it really Jamie or is it a clone? Now, Candy, conspiracy is your thing. Let me tell. Why don't you tell us what's going on?
All I'm saying is that if you went to the hospital for what we've been told you went to the hospital for, you had some kind of brain aneurysm, you had some kind of stroke, like to me, and you were in a coma, like, sir, like, why are you? I mean, there should be, to people tend, and I'm not no medical expert. Please don't take, but most people that are familiar with strokes, there's some sort of paralysis or some sort of like palsy that happens, to where or immobility that happens to whatever, it's the right side of your brain, your left side tends to go, the right side of your brain, your left side tends to go out and vice versa, but each side of the brain controls the opposite side of the body kind of thing.
Yeah.
So there should be, I guess, some sort of, to me, only to me, and maybe a few other people, there should be some sort of, like he just, and I noticed he only waved one side or what have you. So people are saying, well, maybe that was a body double or a clone, or actors use them all the time. They use them as a ruse. They use their doubles, or they look alike to go make appearances. They may not
and run interference for them.
Insider, so I'm not saying that it was a clone, but I feel like, I don't know, like maybe, unless his recovery process was miraculous, and I'm praying that it is, or that it was, that might have not been Jamie. That was
I seen the video. The video is very low quality. It looks like paparazzi.
Like the Sasquatch filter that they use every time they say they see Bigfoot or Sasquatch, you get this grainy or alien, and we got the same grainy ass footage. That it's 2023. Yeah. I'm on an Android talking to you, and I can see clearly as day.
Exactly. And that's the thing, because I saw it. Like I said, it was very low quality, and also we don't know his condition, because I know people who had a stroke. We don't know the type of stroke he had. You know what I mean? He could have had. Yeah, he was in a coma. Yeah. So
you don't just wake
up. We also have to understand too, Jamie has access to better care.
He does.
You know what I mean? Or he has the means and the resources to get top-notch care. So we don't know what's going on. The whole clone thing leads us back to the whole, conspiracy, the clone is coming out. You know what I mean? Jamie was taken out so they could put his clone into not production, into the world. He gonna come back out in the sunken place and shit. We got dozens of movies that we can think about. One of the best movies I would think would be Dave, and that's from the 90s, where Dave was he impersonated the president. Good movie, y'all. Check it out on. I don't know where it's streaming, but it's called Dave. I'll do a review for it, probably next week or in the coming weeks, y'all. But let us know what you think about the whole Jamie Foxx conspiracy theory about it's a clone out there or it's a body double. My opinion, I think it's a body double. Just so people can, either keep
asking questions.
Keep answers questions, or just keep Jamie in the limelight, or just right there. So when he does make his comeback, everybody's going to be surprised he made a comeback. You know what I mean? We're going to see him on an award show, whether he's going to be on a walker or a cane, and everybody's going to stand up and clap for him. You know, y'all know this.
Yeah.
You know. But right now, if you want to support Jamie Foxx, he has a couple of projects on Netflix that y'all should be watching. If y'all want to support Jamie Foxx, you let us know what's going on. Jamie Foxx, movie star. What were you watching this week, Miss Candy?
Well, I was at my friend's house and we watched a movie called Nocturne. And it was a Blumhouse production. So Blumhouse, you know, they're like A24. It wasn't really a horror in the sense. It's more of a psychological thriller is what I want to call that. I don't know if Keisha's on, but that's who I was watching it with her today. And it was very just, you know, the synopsis. I can't even say synopsis. The synopsis of the film was these twins that both study classical music and, you know, were trying to get into Juilliard, you know, and it turns into this rivalry kind of thing. And it gets pretty dark. It gets really dark, actually. It kind of put me in the mind of Swarm, how, I don't know if people watched Swarm, but it was kind of a you know, thing, mental thing where, you know, you didn't know if this because everything is from the girl's perspective, point of view. So you can't really trust her point of view because she's kind of not all there. So she sees in her mind things happen this way. But and she does some really foul shit to her sister too. She does some really messed up things to her sister. So she said it put her in the mind of Suspiria. I didn't watch Suspiria, so I don't know. It's kind of one of those things where, you know, you get it from the person that the antagonist point of view. So you can't really trust their point of view either, because again, this is their mind. This is how they see things happening.
Exactly.
So, but it's a good movie. It's a good watch. I watched a few things actually that I'm going to.
You gave it 4.5, right?
Yeah, I did give it 4.5. It's not a gory, jump out, scare you kind of thing. It's more of a.
It's just a thriller. It's a thriller, psychological thriller
kind of thing.
Because basically, you're sort of describing like that old Jeremy Irons movie, Dead Ringers, with the twin brother doctors. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen Dead Ringers. So.
Yeah, you got to watch that. They actually did a remake of it too. That's on Amazon. But whenever you got twins, you know that's good. That is good content for a psychological thriller.
Yeah, twins. It was for some sort of sibling, you know, rivalry sort of thing. That's gonna mean that it's gonna make for a good movie. So
exactly. So yeah, definitely, y'all. That is. What are you watching? Leave. Let us know what you're watching. That was Nocturne. You can catch it on Prime. 4.5 blunts. I went another route. There is a. I went another route. Disney Plus has a show called Kazazi Moto, which is an anthology created by Black and African creators, more so African creators. And it's just 10 stories. Normally about folks with powers. They're normally set in a futuristic society. Each show has a different form of animation, a different form of art. It is a beautiful series. It's 10 episodes. They run about 16 minutes a piece. So they're 16 minutes an episode. So it's a real fast binge watch. It's called Kazazi Moto. Those who are into anime and animation and animated animated shows and animated movies. This one is for you. I gave it 5 blunts because it is well put together. Every story brings you in and makes you feel a way. You know what I mean? Sometimes not emotional, sometimes angry. There's one there where it has a twist. And it was crazy because you sort of figured it out towards the end. And it's like, wow, that was really like a nice twist. It was well written and well done. And it showcases the talent of these artists and directors also, who happen to be African and African American. And it shows it because sometimes these folks are kind of ignored in this industry. So bravo, kudos to Disney for allowing these folks to do so. That's why I gave it 5 blunts. Let us know what you're watching. And I don't see we went a week. We didn't spoil anything this week, y'all. Look at that. We didn't spoil anything this week. So most definitely let us know what you're watching. Leave a comment. We are getting to the best part of the show. And that's about the munchies, y'all. It is about the munchies. And let us know what your go-to munchies is in the comments. This week, I tried these sodas that I've been seeing, and I haven't seen people push it on TikTok, but I see a lot of folks drinking it, and I see it in the background. It is called Olipop or Olipop. I don't know what it's.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I don't know what it's pronounced. Now, this soda, these sodas here. I had strawberry and orange squeeze. I had a root beer too, but I haven't tasted that yet. I haven't drank that yet. But it what it is it's supposed to have probiotics and it's good for the stomach. It helps with it helps with your digestion.
That helps.
It's supposed to have these it's plant-based in it and everything like that. Okay. So I had the orange squeeze and the strawberry vanilla. The orange squeeze I gave 4 blunts, and it was good, but I didn't get a lot of the orange. You know what I mean? It didn't give me orange soda vibes. It was almost like a hint of orange. It wasn't bad, but I expected more orange. So I gave that 4 blunts. Now, when it comes to the strawberry vanilla, I believe I gave that 4.5 blunts. It did have the strong strawberry flavor. But I tasted more strawberry than anything else. The vanilla sort of was like on the back end because we put vanilla in everything to bring it out. But other than that, it did taste good. Sometimes when we get some things that they say are probiotics or good for the health, good for your health, the taste might be a little off. You know what I mean? But these right here, I can see why they're popular. They are pretty good. I gave the Olipop soda, like I said, 4.5. Olipop is available at most supermarkets. I got mine at Walmart. It is not in the soda section. It is kept cold in the if you go to the produce section, they got the health and probiotics and that section with all the juices and everything. That's where it is with the kombucha. Kombucha. That's where it's at in that area. So, if you tried it, let us know. If you do try it, come back and let us know. What was you eating on this week?
I had some enchiladas from Nacho Doubting, and they were pretty good. We went down the first Friday. This past Friday was First Friday. If you're local, you know what that means. There's a lot of, we go down to Fremont. We don't fuck with the strip unless we have to. Most locals don't.
So you went to a nacho joint and had enchiladas.
Had enchiladas, yeah. And well, Keish, I think, had bought the enchiladas. Keish Orche got the enchiladas. And they let me try theirs because my dumb ass was mixing. I had regular vodka, and I was using lemon vodka as a chaser. So I was like, I'm fine. I'm good. I don't need to eat. No, you need to eat. So they made me eat. And they were good. They were very good. I don't know how everybody likes their enchilada consistency, but I like it, a little firm, but a little soft, around the edges, a little firm.
A little crusty.
They were very good. There's not really much you can really do to fuck up an enchilada to me. So I gave them about 4.5 out of 5. They were tasty. I like Nacho Daddy. I usually just get their nachos. I haven't really tried their enchiladas, so that was the first time I had them. Good with sour cream and guacamole. Salsa, which we call green crack. That on there. And
guacamole is my shit. I have to have it when I go. Nacho Daddy, y'all, if y'all don't know, I don't know if they have. I know they probably have them in other places. Nacho Daddy is like an elevated nacho bar, huh?
Yeah, it's like more of a nacho bar. Like you can go and sit down, but it's not that big. Like all them little places on Fremont, about as big as a room. But they have like a window that you can come up and order on the way. After you nice and faded on the way.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, nachos and alcohol do go good together. I'm not gonna lie about that. Check out your Nacho Daddy. I've been it's one of those places I probably go once or twice a year, because it is just nachos and a couple of other Mexican inspired dishes and things like that. So definitely check out Nacho Daddies. Let us know if you've been there, what you think about it. And y'all, before we get out of here, I heard a friend today had tried to take his life, and he's in the hospital now. He's okay. He's doing well. Very good friend of mine. So we go back to high school, elementary school, not elementary, more junior high school. So if y'all having these issues, if you don't have somebody you need to talk to, please text or call 988 or your local crisis line in your city to get the help you need. We'd rather talk with you than about you. We are checking up on this friend as we speak so we can see what's going on. And I am going to see how I can support my friend through this time. So please keep our friend in your prayers. I didn't get permission to mention their name, so I'm not going to mention their name, but definitely y'all would say this at the end of every show. If you need help, please call your local crisis line or text or call 988 from your phone. We're here at the bottom of the hour, at the top of the hour, y'all, and we've had a good time. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight and smoking with us. Let your friends know we are here 7-ish every Wednesday night. I am Big Brother Boss, aka the Funky Monk. We have Miss Candy. We have Token Tony on the boards. If you want to get us for an event, consultation, or anything like that, hit us up at info@theagingpotheads.com and we will get back to you. We are very reasonable people to work with, except for Tony. His talent is talent, so he is worth every dime he charges you. So if y'all say Tony's prices are fucked up, fuck what you got going on. Tony is one of the best producers, content creators, and website designers around. He's just an all-around guy for you. So he can do things. How do you start your business from scratch to build it up to everything? Tony got you. The shit ain't cheap. But like they always say, cheap shit ain't good, and good shit ain't cheap. So with that, y'all, we will catch y'all next week. And until next time, y'all, meditate and medicate. And as always, my friends, stay lifted. And until next time, we will see you Good night.
Yeah.